Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, we're going to be talking about what could possibly be the theme and the content that we could see in the next Grand Theft Auto Online update. So right now, I know everyone's on pins and needles trying to figure out, what's coming next. We just had a huge DLC with Import-Export, which featured the Festive Surprise 2016 content, but since then, there hasn't been a lot, and since the new year and since Rockstar have added the remaining vehicles into the game, there's really been nothing other than event weeks that have been happening for basically the last month and a half. So needless to say, a lot of people are getting restless. A lot of people are trying to figure out what's going to be coming next. And I think I might have that answer for you in today's video. So this all came about to me in a very weird way. I received some information that I should check out one forum thread on the Grand Theft Auto Forums France network. So it's basically like GTA forums, but it's all in French. So the information that I'm going to be presenting to you guys today has been translated, but that translation might be a little bit rough. So just keep in mind when going over that. So when I got that information, I said, what's the harm in that? I'll check it out to see what's going on. And there was a lot happening. So the information we're going to be discussing today comes from three well-known individuals. One of them is FunMW2, another one is Bender, and the other one is Yan2295. You probably all have heard of them at least one point or another. I know for a fact I've mentioned them in my videos multiple times. So on that thread, Yan was kind of doing some sort of riddle. So he posted two images, the first of which was this one right here. Now, these are official Rockstar screenshots. And when he posted this image, a lot of people were wondering what's going on here. Why would you just post a random image of what looks to be a supercar race that's taking place on the Del Perro Freeway? And then he followed it up with this image right here. Once again, it's just a race with supercars. There's no new vehicles here. No one really knows what's going on. And then he posted up this follow-up response by saying, you're focusing too much on the content of the images instead of what they represent. So he wasn't talking about what's happening in the image per se about the vehicles, but what is possibly going on and what they're doing. So a couple days went by and it doesn't look as if anyone was able to figure out what was going on. However, an individual posted special vehicle races ? And Yan responded with a funny meme of Chuck Norris giving a thumbs up. And I know that's in French right there, but that translates to great response or good answer. So the guy said special vehicle races ? And Yan said good response. So that would indicate that that's looking like it's going to be the theme of the next, or at least an upcoming DLC. And if that wasn't a clear enough indication for you, Bender also kind of clears it up. Someone says, excuse me, I have not followed the last page as well. What's the next update going to be? Is it going to be new races? He basically says Yan was a little unclear, and the next update, or at least one of the upcoming updates, equals special vehicle races. Afterwards, it remains to be seen whether, like the stunt races, we can create our own special vehicle races. So I know that was kind of confusing, and I know that's a lot of information to take in, but basically one of the next upcoming DLCs, it could be the next one, is going to be special vehicle races. Now, when I saw this, the first thing I thought of was, okay, this is a hybrid of import, export, and cunning stunts, because it basically sounds like we're essentially just going to be getting races, but with the 8 special vehicles, so like the Ruiner 2000, the ramp car, you've got the Technical Aqua, the Blazer Aqua, the armored trucks and stuff like that. So that actually sounds pretty cool. To me, it kind of sounds like a death race style. I mean, imagine a bunch of phantom wedges driving around a circuit that are just smashing through things. It actually does sound fun, and there's a lot of elements to each vehicle that could really make this exciting. But what's kind of funny, if you've been watching my live streams, especially when Import-Export came out, we were already doing a lot of that already. I mean, imagine a race where you have the Ruiner 2000 and your objective is to either jump from mountain to mountain or building to building using the jump and glide and parachute feature, or maybe a race that only features the rocket Voltic. Thus, you have to go from like a ramp that's like 200 feet away, that's like crazy far and impossible without the thruster on the back, or maybe a race with the Blazer Aqua or the Technical Aqua where you have to go from land to sea. It's funny enough because we've literally been doing stuff like that on my streams for a long, long time. We've, of course, just been doing it in free mode, but to see that in races would be pretty awesome as well. So it'll be very interesting to see what Rockstar ultimately ends up doing with that. Now, I want to preface that that has not been confirmed in any way, and I am just the messenger here. I am reporting what they have said, Bender and Yan, on the GTA Forums France site, which I'll leave a link to in the description so you can check it out for yourself if you really want to. However, there is some more information we need to go over today, and that comes from FunMW2. So FunMW2 put out a very interesting tweet the other day. He tagged Rockstar and said, after the Warstock contest, the online military superstore must have felt it's time to surprise the content creators. Now, that might be a confusing tweet without any context, but what he's talking about is adding the 8 special vehicles that came with import-export to the content creator. And he even confirms that that's something Rockstar can do via the tunables, but he isn't sure why it's taking them so long. So I have a theory why Rockstar haven't done it is because they're saving it for something like this special vehicle races, which could indicate that a DLC featured around special vehicle races would not only feature Rockstar created ones, but would also allow the incredibly talented Grand Theft Auto Online community to build their own special vehicle races as well, just like they've done with stunt races. So that's why I've said this is a hybrid between cunning stunts and import-export, which is pretty awesome. And this also kind of backs up some other things we found in the game. Do you guys remember a couple weeks ago when that one unused import-export warehouse was found? It's like right across the street from the strip club, and the little indicator that says you can go inside of it is there, but you can't actually bring any vehicles in there. It'll be interesting to see if Rockstar does do this DLC, what other changes they'll make to the game. Will they add more import-export warehouses? Will they add more vehicles? I mean, 8 is a good amount, but not all of them are that practical for racing. There are certainly some that just wouldn't make sense to race in. So it does beg the question, will Rockstar, number one, be adding new special vehicles to the game? And number two, would that require a new and special warehouse? Because the one we have right now is full. Like, there's no other places in that underground spot where Rockstar could possibly put something. And on top of that, would Rockstar allow us to do more customization to these special vehicles? And would that require a new warehouse itself? One of the users on the thread also posted this image right here, which is kind of like a modified interior of what maybe something like this would look like so that you could upgrade your cars and get them race ready. So once again, I'll leave links to the thread and what FunMW2 said in the description. If you have any questions for them, you can ask. I want to preference once again that I am only the messenger here, and that since none of this has been confirmed on the newswire, you obviously want to take it with a little bit of a grain of salt. But it does make sense, especially given the fact that we expect upcoming DLCs to, number one, slow down a little bit, but also not be as big in scale. And you would think, since the majority of the special vehicles, if not all of them, are already in the game, this would be a pretty easy DLC for Rockstar to do. They'd build a couple courses to get us started, they'd add the special vehicles to the creator, and then boom, the community just starts creating special vehicle races, and that'll hold us over. Now, I do wonder when this is going to happen. They didn't state whether it was the next one or at least an upcoming one, but I would have to guess that March or April would probably be our best bet here. In 2014, in March and April, we had the business DLC and the High Life update. In March and April of 2015, we had Heist and GTA 5 on the PC. And in March/April of 2016, we had Lowriders 2 or Lowriders Customs Classics. So I wonder if Rockstar will end up doing that. March and April is going to be this special vehicle races style DLC. So to be honest with you, I'm not totally sure how I feel about this. I thought the stunt races were awesome, but I like DLCs that focus more on the content in free mode. So I'm a fan of things you can do that doesn't lock you inside of a certain lobby or require you to go into a race playlist. And I'm also kind of concerned about some of the special vehicles because the Wastelander is no fun to drive. The Phantom Wedge is obviously not the speediest. Like, how would you race in that? Same with the ramp buggy. I mean, it's a fun car, but if you're not flipping things, what's the point of really using it? It's just a dune buggy. But of course, just like with cunning stunts, if Rockstar added some new clothing, possibly some new properties to buy, whether that's the form of a new warehouse or something along those lines, I'm sure they could make this into a very worthwhile update that has a lot of support by the community, especially if new special rare vehicles are added into the game as well. I've got a lot of ideas that would be awesome for special vehicles. Like, for example, you could turn the X80 into something like a Batmobile. You could turn one vehicle into the Deluxo, which is the DeLorean, basically from Back to the Future. future. Maybe it has like a pretty cool time travel ability where you jump from one point to another if you reach a certain speed. It would also be interesting if Rockstar maybe added something like the jetpack as a special rare vehicle. That would actually be fun to do jetpack races. I mean, man, that would set the Mount Chiliad kind of conspiracy theory community on fire, but that would be so crazy. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments section down below. Let me know what you think about this information. Again, I want to preface this that I am just the messenger, and I'm reporting back to you what has been said by these three individuals on the forum sites and on Twitter. So if this is correct, give them all the praise in the world. However, if this doesn't happen, I don't know what to tell you. You can go ask them, because they do seem to be pretty confident that this is going to be at least an upcoming DLC here in Grand Theft Auto Online. So I really want to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. Do you want to see something different? Are you tired of Rockstar reusing the special races and special vehicles, if that is a thing? Would you rather them do something completely different? Honestly, I wish they would explore a slightly different theme, but I get it. They're working on Red Dead Redemption 2. They're working on, the next GTA game or whatever is next. So like I said, just let me know your thoughts, opinions more in the comments section down below. If you did go and enjoy the video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.